Two guys just got arrested for 360 fake pairs of AirPods, and they also had guns on them. Now, let me tell you how this very common side hustle actually turned into a felony and an arrest. This happened in Elmendorf, Texas, right outside of San Antonio. Leighton Edmonds and Brian Ramirez are two decently big resellers on social media such as Instagram, and they were posting all of their sales, all of their transactions, posting hundreds of fake AirPods, just like a lot of resellers tend to do on Instagram. Now, a lot of you love to claim that this is a legal side hustle as long as you're selling as a rep and not scamming the customer. But the cops have been watching their page for a while, and they were selling these fake colognes, fake AirPods, fake clothes out of their house. And here is where everything goes wrong. They loaded up a ton of boxes into their car, probably that Mustang you always see him driving, and went to a parking lot to go meet up with somebody and sell them some AirPods. Now, before they even got to that parking lot, the cops were already waiting for them. And not only did they have these products, they also had fake receipts for them, which your favorite reselling guru tells you to use fake receipts because you're going to make faster sales. That's just escalating it and making it worse, and also makes you 10 times more guilty. Instead of being able to say, oh, I just got these for cheap, now you have fake receipts and you know exactly what you're doing. There's no way out of that. And this is the part where it actually turned from just a fine or some sort of lawsuit into an actual criminal charge. Not only did they have the fake products, not only did they have the fake receipts, but they both were also carrying guns. And that's what makes it the difference between, oh, just a normal case to a full-on felony. Pretty sure 2 felonies. Now, I talk about reselling every day. I'm personally a reseller myself, but this is not that. I actually run a real business. I sell real products. There's a difference between selling real products and selling cheaply made counterfeit products with fake receipts to literally some random fucking grandmas on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, whatever that may be. One's a business, the other one's a federal case, and you're going to jail. And if you're familiar with this space, and if you see a lot of resellers on social media, they're all pushing it and saying, yo, it's fully legal, there's no problem with it. And, you know, I'm not saying every single person is going to get caught, but it is possible. They were caught with 360 pairs of AirPods. If you're paying $10 to $12 a piece for these AirPods, that is a $4,000 or less restock. $4,000, that's it. And I know that sounds like a lot of money to some people, but only being able to scale your business to a $4,000 restock, that's terrible. If you can't grow past that, how do you expect to make real money with this? How do you expect to actually, get rich? You want to be able to keep investing and keep investing. A $4,000 restock in the beginning is good. But at that point, you're going to want to flip it, double your money, and then invest $7,000. Keep $1,000 for yourself. And then after that, you want to get a $10,000 restock. Keep a few thousand for yourself, so on and so forth. I'm personally spending $20,000 on restocks, and I have zero worry about it getting seized. I have zero worry about the police watching after me. I have zero worry about getting sued or fined or anything like that, because that's also a very common thing to happen, and that's more likely than getting arrested, if I'm being totally honest. I'm not here to scare you and say, oh, you're going to go to jail. But I know quite a bit of people who have been sued, and if you've watched resellers for a long time, all of those big people back in the day, they've all been sued, and that's why you don't see them anymore. AK Moves, I can't say for sure, but I think he got sued. Archive, he got sued. Pat Resells or something like that, he got sued by Eric Emanuel. And I personally know people who have been sued, had to go to court over it, and they didn't get jail time, but they did have to throw away thousands of dollars of inventory. They had to give up their source that they were buying from. They had to spend thousands on thousands of dollars on lawyer and court fees. And they also had to delete all of their marketplace apps and show proof that they weren't going to do this anymore. So if you want to get into reselling, you got to do it on the legit side. And there's a few kinds of reselling. The one we're talking about where people buy fake, shitty products, replica products, and sell them on marketplace apps. You have the people who go out and thrift. And then you have authentic reselling, where it's similar to the rep reselling, where you have an actual supplier, an actual vendor, where you go and buy bulk of these products. They're mass produced, but there's still a market for them. Personally, I sell jewelry. For example, these moissanite earrings right here, and these are real 925 sterling silver. These are moissanite, and no, I'm not telling customers they're diamonds. I'm not telling customers these are $3,000 diamonds. No, it's just moissanite products, and that is fully legal to do. And the market for it is still huge. That's why rep reselling is so easy to get into, because you're tapping into a market that already has a demand. You are literally leeching off of the hype of these brands. AirPods, for example. Everybody already knows Apple. A lot of people have iPhones, so they connect their phone to the AirPods. It's a very high demand product. Same thing with clothes. A lot of people like these designer clothes. A lot of people look up to these rappers, these streamers, these celebrities who wear these kinds of clothes. And it's why the hype behind it is so big, but it's also why jewelry is so good. Think about how many people have their ears pierced. In the US alone, I'd say like 60% of people have their ears pierced, and that could be honestly on the low side. Almost every single girl has their ears pierced, and nowadays, a lot of men get their ears pierced as well, and people get their kids' ears pierced, everything like that. And not only are they just getting their ears pierced, think about if you have your ears pierced, think about this, and if you know someone, your family, girlfriend, whatever that may be, who has their ears pierced, how many pairs of earrings do they have? Minimum, I'm going to say, is 5. I don't know a single person who got their ears pierced and only bought 1 pair of earrings. They're always buying 5, 10, 15, 20 plus pairs of earrings. It's crazy. There's girls with full jewelry drawers, half of it being earrings, the other half bracelets, necklaces. The jewelry market is absolutely huge. And not only that, but people lose their earrings, they tarnish, they rust, it gives them infections, which is exactly why you want to go with real silver, because you're not going to have these sort of problems or anything like that. They're not going to tarnish, they're not going to cause allergies. So it's a huge market with actual returning customers, and it's not going to land you in jail. And earrings aren't the only product I sell. I also sell bracelets, pendants, chains, whole bunch of stuff. Which, by the way, there is a free supplier in the description down below with 2 to 4 day free shipping on these exact products that I'm selling. And if you follow my Instagram or you see my other videos, I make a fuck ton of sales doing this. And it's something you can actually scale. Like I was saying, if you can't grow a business past a $4,000 restock, what's the point of even trying? What's the point of even starting that? Now, I do wish the best for these guys. Legal problems suck, jail sucks, and what they're doing isn't the biggest deal. There's a lot worse out there, so I do hope, they get out and everything is fine. But at the same time, you can't be scamming people. And, even if you're selling them as real or like, oh, I'm only supplying them to other resellers, so, I'm not doing the dirty work. You're just having someone else do the dirty work for you. And it's almost just as bad, if not literally worse, because you're promoting it. You're telling them to go out and scam these people. I know a ton of suppliers who, sell these colognes, sell these clothes, and they have StockX receipts or paper receipts or email receipts. It's a very, very common trend. And it's kind of mind-blowing. That's literally fraud. That's literally counterfeiting. It's trafficking counterfeiting, which that does sound worse than it really is. Like, oh, you're going to say I'm trafficking because I'm just selling a fucking hoodie? But at the end of the day, it is fully illegal. And, you can do what you want with this information. If you want to keep reselling reps, that is completely up to you. Money is money, but at the end of the day, it's dirty money. And if you want to start selling moissanite or if you want to start selling jewelry, I would recommend that. But I'm not telling you to go out and do this. If you want to start selling any other kind of product, I would recommend it. Just stay away from the reps, in my opinion. But yeah, I really do wish the best for these guys. I don't know if there's any updates. I don't know if they're still in jail actively. That would be kind of embarrassing. You're in jail. Oh, what are you in here for? I'm in here for murder. And they ask you, what are you in here for? I'm in here for selling fucking fake AirPods. Bro, come on. It's not worth it. The risk to reward is not there. And people have been selling fake AirPods for almost 10 years now, if not more. I'm 21, so yeah, you guys can call me Unc or whatever. But back when I was in middle school, people were selling fake AirPods. This is not a legitimate business model. This is not a scalable business model. And it's not something good either. You're not bringing good to anybody. You're not benefiting anybody in any sort of way. You're ripping off a brand and you're scamming innocent people on these marketplace apps. So I'm not telling you to stop reselling, but my best advice would be switch out of the replica market. It's not worth it. There's a reason all these big names have stopped doing this or gotten in some sort of legal trouble. And I want you guys to all be free. I want you guys to all not get lawsuits, save your money. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.